Okay guys, so this week we have been learning about units of measurement, and we've learned that there are primarily two areas or units of measurement. The customary unit, which we use here in the United States mostly, and the metric system of measurement, which is used throughout the world. And hopefully by now you have realized that the metric system is super easy to use just because of the numbers. But because you live in the U.S., we have to learn both. It's important that you learn both. And so today we are going to focus on the I can statement. And our I can statement says, I can use my knowledge of the relative sizes of measurement units to convert larger units to smaller units within the same measurement system, focusing on liquid volume. Now, liquid volume. Liquid volume is really just how much liquid something can hold. How much liquid something can hold. Okay? And when we go back to our table that we've been referring back to each day, liquid volume that you see here in a customary measurement system is measured in cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. And so today we are going to look at the customary system, but we're also going to look at the metric system, which is measured using milliliters and liters. All right, so let's go back to our first problem today. Our first problem says the first container holds 4 gallons and 2 quarts of juice. The second container can hold 1 2/4 gallons more than the first container. Altogether, how many quarts of juice can the 2 containers hold? Okay, so I see that the first container can hold 4 gallons and 2 quarts of juice, and the second container can hold 1 1/2 gallons more than the first container. And then it says, altogether, how many quarts of juice can the 2 containers hold? So right away I see that there are 2 different units of measurement within the same system, because if I look back, I see gallons and quarts. And I know from my I can statement that we need to convert the larger units to smaller units. Okay, so in this case, they've given me the clue or the key that says 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So I know that that gallon is that larger unit, and I'm just going to put that right here. And the 4 quarts, the quart is the smaller unit of measurement. Okay? So I am going to come over here, and again, we're looking at the customary unit of measurement system. Okay? I'm going to come right off to the side. I'm sorry. And I'm going to draw my 2-column chart, which we also refer to as our T-chart. It's a 2-column chart, and I'm going to make it kind of long. It's going off the page. And I'm going to write the larger unit of measurement on the right-hand side, which is gallons, and the smaller unit of measurement on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, gallons on the left-hand side and quarts on the right-hand side. Okay? And based on what the key tells me, I already know that 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. Okay? And remember what I did every day this week so far. I've left a little space in between, and we always have to come back to that if there is a fraction in the problem. But we'll come to that later. Now, the key has told me that there's 1 gallon for every 4 quarts. So I know that if I have 2 gallons, that will equal 8 quarts, right? Because 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 4 equals 12. So if I have 3 gallons, it equals 12 quarts. If I have 4 gallons, it equals 16 quarts. If I have 5 gallons, it equals 20 quarts. And here I see the pattern. The pattern is every time I increase my gallon size by 1, I increase my quart size by 4. So I add 4 each time. Now, I could keep going. I could keep going all the way down, but I don't need to, because I know that I can represent my gallons with N, and N times 4 equals how many quarts I would have. So in this case, I know that I had 4 gallons. Now I right away in the problem can go back up here to my problem, and I have 4 gallons and 2 quarts. I have 4 gallons and 2 quarts. And I need to convert this to quarts, because it says altogether how many quarts of juice can the 2 containers hold. And my I can statement again tells me that I'm converting larger units to smaller units. So I need to convert this 4 gallons to a smaller unit, to the smaller unit in the customary metric system. So when I look over here at my 2-column table, I know that 4 gallons equals 16 quarts. So 16 quarts, but I need to add those 2 quarts, and that gives me a total of 18 quarts. Okay? And this 18 quarts is how much is in my first container. Okay? That's in my first container. Now my second container, it can hold 1 2/4 gallons more than the first container. So I know that my first container holds 18 quarts, but my second container can hold more than the first container. So that more than tells me that I'm going to add the 1 2/4 gallons of juice. Okay, so again, I have this larger unit of measurement, this 1 2/4 gallons, that I need to convert to a smaller unit of measurement, I know that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. But then I have this 2/4 gallon. I have this 2/4 of right here. And remember when I said that we would come back to that little space that we like to hold? We like to hold that space right here. And based on the work that we've done this week, I already know that 2/4 is equal to 1/2. 1/2 of 4 is 2. So that I know that this 2/4 equals 2 quarts. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 quarts to my 4 quarts. That's going to give me 6 quarts. Okay? But I'm not done, because I need to know how much this second container can hold all together. So I'm going to take this 18 quarts plus the 6 quarts equals 24 quarts. But I am not done. I'm not done. I just know now how much my first container holds. I know how much my second container holds. And I need to know how many both containers can hold. So now I need to add my 18 quarts plus my 24 quarts. So 18 quarts plus 24 quarts equals 42 quarts. But I'm still not done. That's right, you got it. I need to write the answer out in a complete sentence. The 2 containers can hold 42 quarts of juice. And that is my final answer. So this is how we would solve this problem and convert the larger customary unit of measurement, the gallon, to the smaller customary unit, quarts, to solve this problem. But what about the metric system? What about the metric system?